So you want a few recommendations for some solid horror movies to watch. Okay, so first of all, horror movies isn't always the more jump scares the better it is. There's like a weird reputation. It's not always the more jump scares. A jump scare in a form like in Mama or in some of the Paranormal Activity movies. Those jump scares are very, very, very mechanical. Like it gives a physical, versatile reaction because it's a loud noise in your ears, but it's not good horror. I'm gonna recommend 10 horror movies off the top of my head, but also with a little bit of a thought process behind them. First of all, I'm gonna recommend, it's kind of cliche, but my favorite horror movie of all time is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. For some reason I always think it's 1976, but 1974. What director Toby Hooper managed to get with that film is he wanted to not have any serious bloody and guts in it, but unfortunately for him, the exact opposite became true because he didn't want his film to be, I think it's called X-rated, but anyways, it's 18 plus means for mature audiences, but the exact opposite happened. Because he didn't show any, left so much of it for your imagination, and left so much to the atmosphere and so much to the sound effects, it got restricted, and it definitely hurt the budget pretty badly. Okay, so come on, Texas, one of those multicolor pins. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm gonna write them down for you. Texas so but you'll remember 1974. I think he wrote 74. Okay, and then this one is gonna be so now, you know what, let's go out of the ordinary. I wanted to recommend Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, but I still to this day don't see that film as a horror movie, even though it's so inspirational. That's why it's one of the first movies I recommend. Okay, I'm gonna recommend you. Let's go a little bit a different route. It's cliche, it's classic, but it's still worth it. Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby is a weird film. Basically, just in short, you have a man and a woman. The man is played by John Cassavetes. Freaking brilliant director. But he plays an acting role here. Him and his wife, played by Mia Farrow, which is a not for everybody actress, but she's really good here. Basically, just the plot, without spoiling, is they move into a new apartment. A bunch of weird neighbors, and it has like kind of a religious theme to it. But it's not a religious movie. Like, it's not going to be a movie that's going to talk about religion. It's just the overall. Like, this is an anime called Angel's Egg. Also has like a religious themes of God and the devil and bad things. It's really, really good. This one specifically is more to do with the dark side. Rosemary's Baby. A suspense film. It's influential. And it's actually kind of terrifying. It's more of a psychological horror. Okay, so let's go more for less old school. Let's old school. Hereditary. Hereditary is one of the horror movies that 100% lives up to reputation. It's a movie that is said to be one of those classics. It's one of the few horror movies I've released in the past 20 years that's actually gonna stand the test of time. One, it doesn't depend on a bunch of jump scares. It really benefits out of superior acting, like the acting capabilities of let me just check for you. I cannot believe I cannot remember her name. It's like that film has been talked about so much. Played by Toni Collette. Yeah, Toni Collette. I'll be honest, I don't know in a bunch of other stuff, but Toni Collette. Just in very, very short. An accident happens in a family. The family causes disturbance. That disturbance has supernatural connections to the past and present that has very, 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 very demonic stuff. Peak. Yes, it has the jump scares that a lot of like modern audiences will like as well, but it depends so much on your psychological effect, like your sense of humor. Terry. Okay. A personal favorite of mine. You will probably not like it. But I think you will like it. So that contradicts himself, but try it. Just please try it. Grave Encounters. I cannot talk about Grave Encounters enough. Like I literally cannot talk about Grave Encounters enough. Grave Encounters basically a movie crew, very, very indie, low budget movie crew, decides to go into a abandoned mental asylum because they realized their web series is not doing well. Like, it's not doing well. Web series or television series, it's been years since I watched it. It's not doing well, so it's not hitting any like rankings. So they think this is a way to actually maybe, even though they don't really believe in ghosts, maybe see some ghosts. I love Grave Inc., but just this without spoiling anything. It's the most claustrophobic film I've ever seen. And it captures... I actually want to rewatch it at this moment. Like, currently I want to watch this right now. Like, right now I would rewatch it if I could. Okay, so that's 4. What else? Let's keep it a little bit more basic. I would have recommended more like modern horror movies. But I want to recommend you ones I can really stand behind as... It's 100% worth a watch. Okay. Alien, such a cliche recommendation, I know, but it has stand the test of time. I mean, the effects in that film, a film from the freaking 70s, 1979, and it still looks better than most horror movies or movies with CGI today. It's classic. A crew inside an alien ship, stuff goes wrong, it's deep in space, you get it. It's one of those plots that has been copied so much, but it's so good. And a cast, especially with Sigourney Weaver and Harry Dean Stanton, rest in peace. It's so good. Okay, so that's 5. I get so passionate about talking about horror movies, I'm sorry. Okay. What else? Like I've said, this is from the heart, so I'm recommending from the heart. Okay. The Shining. I feel like a newbie film watcher, even though I've watched thousands of movies, and I'm not bragging, I'm not trying to sound pretentious, it's just, it was my hobby. I have a letterboxd account, everything. The Shining. Jack Torrance played brilliantly by Jack Nicholson. He and his wife, he's a writer, he and his wife and his young kid go to a, once again, abandoned like hospital in the middle of the snow. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Brilliant performances. Director Stanley Kubrick put the actors through hell to get the most paranoid, schizophrenic type of performances out of them. It's crazy. It's terrifying. And actually some people call it slow. And I cannot imagine that, because it builds the horror, it builds suspense. The Shining. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 6. Okay. What else am I gonna recommend? What else am I gonna recommend? What else am I gonna recommend? What else? I don't want to recommend then some others like Jaws and The Silence of the Lambs, because Jaws is technically a horror, but it's more like a action or monster movie. I really have never seen it. Saw it like as scary, but it's really good. It's really good. So I'm not gonna even mention that. I wanna like recommend a few stuff. The Evil Dead, but not the original trilogy. I am not a massive fan of the original trilogy. Let me recommend to you the 2013 remake, and I'll tell you why. The Evil Dead of 2013 not only, in my opinion, surpasses the first one, not so much the second and third one, that both of them are really masterfully made. I'm just not a fan, because I feel like they take themselves too seriously without having any like real horror to back it up. A lot of gruesome scenes, but no real terror, if you get what I'm saying. The original Evil Dead is still classic though. So the remake, just watch it. Very, very cliche. It sounds like it what it is. People mess with demonic stuff they shouldn't, and stuff goes wrong. Yeah. Okay, that's 7. 3 more. Man, I want to recommend only good horror movies. There's a bunch of cheesy ones. Should I recommend a cheesy one? Should I recommend a cheesy horror movie? Oh my word. Creep. I'm gonna recommend Creep to you. In short, the director plays the main character as well. He gets a online ad where he has to film for a guy in the middle of the forest. The guy doesn't turn out to be all that he is. Creep from 2014. Oh, let me just check. I mean, I don't want to recommend you some other bad film. Creep. Even though I call it GC, yeah, 2014. From 2014. Creep 2014. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two more to go. So let's kick it up a notch. I want to recommend to you one. Only if you can like handle a little bit more intense. Only a little bit more intense. Like the first 8, solid. I would say none of them are too bad. Like none of them are gonna be okay. Whoa. What is this? But Henry Port of a Serial Killer might be. So watch it if you can handle a lot of. Not so much that it has more. Like some of the other movies have more like intense action, horror type scenes, but this one kind of messes with you. And one that's very unknown, I will do my best to get out there, is, okay, so first Henry Port of a Serial Killer 1986, and the last one, House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand. I recommend it. The Office fans, you will see somebody in there you will enjoy seeing. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my random ranking, or just want to support by showing you enjoy my ASMR videos. Like and subscribe. Comment your favorite horror movie if you want. See you guys next time.